Welcome to Mental Movie Moments. I'm Angela Amber, and I'm here to break down my favorite movies and show some psychiatric symptoms that resemble psychiatric diagnoses. So, though I am a mental health professional, this is for entertainment purposes only. Y'all ready? Let's go! The movie that we're doing today is, drumroll, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Woo! Okay, I said it was my favorite movie. Not yours, not hers, his, theirs, it, no, nobody's. Mine. I know it's old, like early 90s, but it's The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. It's a movie that has a character in it that really shows what antisocial personality disorder is. Now, I know a lot of us say, oh, I'm antisocial. I don't talk to many people. Oh, I'm shy. He's antisocial. She's antisocial. Okay, no, this is really a diagnosis. It means that you're crazy, loco. Another word for antisocial personality disorder is psychopath. Did y'all know that? It's psychopath. Sociopath. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, these are really crazy people. Like, they will be super nice to you, and then as soon as you turn your back, they'll literally stab you in the back. Not figuratively, but literally, they'll stab you in the back. And then they'll have lack of remorse. They're super crazy. So a lot of men we think are psychopaths, but women are psychopaths too. That's why I want to show this movie, to show like women can be real crazy, real crazy. And did y'all know that 1 in every 100 people that you know are psychopaths? That's kind of creepy. That's kind of creepy because I know a lot of people. So I don't know. There's like a few psychopaths in there. So I'm just saying, just watch your back. You know what I'm saying? I just looked at Google and somebody Googled, can psychopaths fall in love? Okay, yes, anybody can fall in love. Yes, psychopaths can actually fall in love, but they can also kill you too. So, choose wisely. Antisocial personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of the disregard for or violation of the rights of others. Starting from the age of 15, you have to have 3 or more of the following. Number 1, failure to conform to social norms by doing things that could cause you to be arrested. 2, being deceitful by lying, having aliases, or conning others just for your pleasure. 3, impulsivity or failure to plan ahead. 4, showing irritability and aggressiveness by having numerous physical fights or assaults. 5, reckless disregard for the safety of self or others. 6, consistent irresponsibility by not showing up at work consistently or failing to pay financial obligations. 7, lack of remorse by showing no disregard if you've hurt someone, stolen from someone, or you're always explaining why you've done it and you're not saying sorry or apologizing. So you have to be 18 years old to actually be diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. Before that, you're probably going to be diagnosed with conduct disorder. But with the antisocial diagnosis, by the time you're 15, you need to be showing all the symptoms to officially get that diagnosis by 18. And another thing to add to that, to get the diagnosis, you can't be showing the symptoms of antisocial while you're having episodes during schizophrenia or bipolar. Now, the movie. Let's get the movie started right. Let's get this movie started right now. Absolutely love Rebecca De Mornay. This lady was like my favorite actress back in the day. That's why I love the movie. She was just good. She was always on point. And let me tell you about this movie. All right. So, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. When the movie starts, basically, I ain't gonna show you this part, but there's a character named Claire. Claire was pregnant. She got her an OB-GYN, basically a doctor, that taking care of the pregnancy. So while she's laying on the table, he's examining her, but clearly he's assaulting her. He's touching her sexually in these things. She runs out, goes home, tell her husband named Michael, and Michael's like, we gotta tell somebody. We gotta tell the authorities. Claire says, okay, hon, well, let's tell the authorities. So when that happens, of course, other women come out And that was basically the demise of the doctor. And he's listening to the reports on TV. It's all over the news. And guess what? He commits suicide. So that's basically what's happening in this first scene here that I'm showing you. He's listening to everything. He's thinking, he's like, I'm doomed. I'm gonna probably be in prison for the rest of my life. Though I've sexually assaulted these women, I'm not gonna be able to stand in prison amongst many men. And Claire, her picture pops on the TV. Now, nowadays, I don't really know if that would really happen because, you know, of privacy and HIPAA compliance and all of that stuff, but her picture is shown on TV as the accuser, and then that's kind of when all hell breaks loose. In this scene here, in comes the psychopath, sociopath. This is Peyton in the movie, and she's listening to how the money, she's probably not going to get anything. Well, she's not going to get anything because he's being sued by all these people. She's actually pregnant. She's walking out and she's not feeling good. She ain't getting no money, no dividends, no nothing. And she falls out and she faints. I would too. I'd probably just die right there, quite honestly. So they rush her to the hospital and they're trying to save her as well as the baby. Obviously, she's in a lot of distress. So the baby dies, and that's why she's screaming, obviously. Very, very traumatic situation yet again, which I can understand. Who couldn't feel sorry for her, even though y'all are going to see she is a straight up psychotic bitch. All right, so while she's laying here in the hospital bed, they're talking about her husband. Now, keep in mind, he's committed suicide. She got that going on. She ain't getting no money, and she just lost her baby. But this is where it all turns. Look, she sees the picture of Claire. This is Claire, the woman that came out publicly, and she accused her husband, and he was going to get indicted, but he didn't because, of course, he's dead. All right, here we go. Scene, her kid gets on the bus, and the kid forgets the jacket. The bus stops. You want to know why the bus stops? Because the psychopath is standing in front of it. And this is where she's introduced to Claire. She's already looked up everything on this woman, y'all. Claire has no clue about how her life is about to be changed, okay? So here she goes, telling the story. Hey, Claire, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually looking to be a nanny. I heard them talking on the playground about being a nanny. She's making all of this up. None of this happened. And so Claire is an idiot. She's a straight idiot. She is just taking this for what it is and invites this woman into her house. Now, there's a guy in the house, this character here. His name is Solomon. And if I had to guess, he probably has some type of intellectual disabilities, maybe autistic or something like that. So he's been working out in the yard and he gets Peyton dirty. And you see how she snatches her hand back? Like, that's showing her true colors. That she is not nice, crazy, can't accept that it was a true mistake. And this is by someone, you know, who's a little slow. Like, why is she being like that to him? So he kind of catches it. And that's the thing, too, about people that could have intellectual disabilities. They might kind of have some things in one area that isn't considered normal or as fast as maybe the general population. But sometimes they can really sense when people are evil, mean, and he's truly picked that up about Peyton. So Peyton's already in the house. And let me just say this. Ladies, do not bring a very attractive woman into your house. Like, that's just number one. It's dumb. It's stupid. Don't do it, okay? All right. Now, so Peyton's in the house. She up to some slick stuff right now. Claire has this earring that continuously falls out of her ear. She sees the earring, picks it up out of the floor, and then bends over on the baby and acts like Claire accidentally dropped the earring into the baby's mouth, and here she comes saving the day, or maybe trying to make Claire feel guilty, just being deceitful, lying, as psychopaths do, right? Y'all remember Nino Brown? If you haven't watched Nino Brown, my mental movie moments on, I was gonna say Set It Off. New Jack City. No, I might do set it off, but New Jack City, like she's showing actually some narcissistic type behaviors doing that, trying to bring the attention to her and all that stuff. But anyway, let's carry on. So look at her. She wants a baby so bad. The only reason she's in this house, y'all, well, one of the main reasons, she wants a baby so bad. She lost her baby and all of that. And so she's in here just coveting this child, looking at it like, oh my gosh, it could be mine. What am I going to do? Yada, yada, yada. So that's what's going on here. Then, y'all, she does the ultimate no-no. She actually takes this child, who is not her child, by the way, and starts breastfeeding the child. The reason she's able to do that is because she's actually continuing to pump milk with this device. So her milk is still going. Because remember, she just lost the baby. She still has breast milk and is able to breastfeed this lady's baby. How crazy is that? Like, if I ever caught another woman breastfeeding one of my children, like I'm serious, I'd be a murderer, like for real. All right, check this out. This scene is so crazy. So this is the scene where the little girl complains of a little boy that's been bullying her. Peyton comes to the school and says, who is he? Point him out. Where he at? She goes over there, y'all, as if this kid is her age. Remember what I told you about psychopaths? They can be aggressive and they love to assault people physically, verbally, it all. She takes this child and grabs him by his arm and hurts him and she cusses him out, actually. She says she drops the F-bomb. Yeah, pretty much. So she did that, right? Peyton is in really good with the family. She's doing her nanny duties and all this. They're really trusting her. They are really, really trusting her. Well, Claire's husband, whose name is Michael, he had this like bid or something he was trying to put in, and he had to mail it in order to get the job. Peyton saw the package that Claire was supposed to mail, and she took that package, okay? Took that package when Claire was not looking and got it and put it somewhere where Claire couldn't see, and they're just sitting there talking and all of that. The conversation that they were actually having, Claire asked the nanny, or Peyton, if she had had family. And Peyton's like, well, my husband, yeah, that was my family, but he got murdered. Now, she know good and doggone well what happened to her husband. And so she's like, he got murdered, but I'm a strong believer in what goes around comes around. And I really feel like at that point, that's when she had it in for Claire. Then she took that envelope that I told you that Claire was supposed to mail for her husband, took it to the bathroom, okay, and just shredded it. Like, she looked crazy. Do y'all see this woman? Look how she looking. Look, she just shredding it. She's shredding it, looking crazy, like she's just about to blow a gasket. Then she starts throwing the plunger around. How disgusting is that? Oh, nah, crazy. Don't care who walk in, just yelling. Look at her. Psychopath. And then in an instant, she just calms down. Like, snap of a finger. All right. Here she go breastfeeding again, but look who see it, Solomon. Why does Solomon have to see this? It just broke my heart. I really like Solomon. He's so sweet. He saw it and then she like, oh hell. He got to go. He got to go. He saw me breastfeeding the baby. He's about to blow my cover. So look at here, y'all. Look what she does to Solomon. Look how she looking at him, conniving, evil. She asked him if he was, this word is not supposed to be used anymore. Retard? Yeah, she asked him if he was a retard right here. And he's like, no. Look at her. Then trying to ask him, did he like to see that the baby getting breastfed? And then she slapped him. Remember the assault thing? Oh, they love assaulting people. They love putting their hands on people. Look at this. This is not normal. Everything that she's doing, grounds for arrest, right? Grounds for arrest. That's one thing that a psychopath / antisocial personality disorder person's gonna do. I always get kind of tongue-tied on that. Anti-personality disorder. All right, so this next scene, Peyton was like, she needed something or whatever. Then she suggested to Claire that she goes and look in Solomon's little work area. She planted the little girl's panties in the drawer. How deceitful is that? That is lying, conning. Like, this is what they do. And so, of course, the mama like, get out of here. Yeah. And look at Solomon. He's just standing there like, what's up? What's going on? So she has literally set this man up. This is something that could have sent him to prison. You know, she don't care. Lack of remorse. Lack of remorse. Lack of remorse. All right. Claire has a best friend named Marlene. This is the redhead lady in the movie. Marlene is on her game. She's actually a real estate lady. And one day when some pictures came to her desk, she noticed this chime that was on this house that was for sale. Well, Peyton gave Claire that chime as a gift. And so she looked at it. She was like, hold up. And then she went over to the house and she checked it out. And she realized that this house belonged to the deceased doctor and Peyton. Okay. So she's calling Claire, can't get to her. So she decides to go to the house. And so she goes to the house. Claire isn't there, but she confronts Peyton. She's like, I know who you are. You need to get up out of here right now. Where is Claire? Guess where Peyton says Claire is? Claire ain't even at home. But she told Marlene that Claire was in the greenhouse. Now remember, the greenhouse is rigged, okay? So it's actually rigged for Claire, but she's like, I don't care. I'm finna kill Marlene because she about to blow up the spot. She about to tell everybody what my plan is. Marlene goes in there. She opens it. The shovel moves. Bam. Glass comes down. She's dead. Again, lack of remorse. Reckless regard for the safety of others. Don't give no damn. None whatsoever. Now Marlene is dead. Oh, she's up in the ante. She's up in the ante. Claire is asthmatic. She has asthma pumps all around the house because anything can set her off. So guess what Peyton does? She starts letting all of the asthma pumps out. All of them. She wants Claire gone. Dead. This is a violation. Again, grounds for arrest. Lack of remorse, like anything. This is like such psychopathic behavior. All right, so guess what? Claire comes to the house and she goes to the greenhouse and she finds her best friend Marlene laying there, covered in blood, glass everywhere. That triggers her asthma attack. Guess what? She goes to the house and she goes to get her pump. She ain't got no medicine in the pumps because Peyton has let everything out. Everything. She's going from place to place, looking. Finally, she focuses. When she went to the greenhouse, she actually had her purse on her shoulder. And she's like, oh, my purse is out there. I can go get that one. She can't even make it. She falls out. Claire collapses on the ground. She has to go in the hospital. She's doing a lot of thinking in the hospital. And she finds Peyton out. She knows who Peyton is. She comes to the house, Claire punched Peyton right in the face. Like, I already know what time it is. Get up out my house. I know who you are. Get out. So Peyton, she is like delusional, like thinking Michael, which is Claire's husband, is like gonna be with her. You told me that there was only one woman for you. And he's like, yeah, I was talking about my wife. Not you, sis. Not you. Not yet. All right. So she's found out. They kick her out. Now she got Michael. Now she coming for Claire. Claire on the phone trying to call 911. And here she come with that same shovel, y'all. That same shovel. So they fighting. They going at it. And then she gets the best of Claire. Bam. Hit her on the back of the head. There go Claire. All right. Now she think it's free game. She finna go get them kids. And she gonna go about her business and go about her life. Nope. Not gonna happen. So the little girl's pretty smart. She hides the baby. She's trying to get out of the house. And somehow everybody ends up in the attic because that's where she took the baby. And then Solomon is actually kind of waiting up there too to rescue them. So Claire, she's not knocked out anymore. She comes upstairs and there's Rebecca. Well, that's her real name, Rebecca. But Peyton Peyton, there they go fighting again, right? You gotta have a girl fight. Even back in the 90s, you gotta have a girl fight. But Claire, she does something very, very smart. She starts faking an asthma attack. That's pretty smart, right? She's really not having one this time. So here we go. Here go Peyton. She's happy. She's like, oh my gosh, she's dying right in front of my eyes. Like, she's enjoying this. Y'all, cuckoo, right? Real cuckoo. Then she had the nerve to like whisper in her ear something about when her and her husband was, having relations. That was actually her face that she saw. That's not true because he said there's only one woman for him, right? Even though there were some scenes where you could tell he was real tempted. He was very, very tempted. Then she get up. She like has it out for Solomon. She thinks she gonna get Solomon. So she goes over there to really just end Solomon. Claire gets some nerves. Okay? She gets up. A little girl fight again. And then Solomon actually just like jumped out of himself and grabbed her while she was about to hit Claire over the head with some type of iron thing. And then that's when Claire just pushed her out of the window, and y'all, she ended on the fence and she died. There are some famous sociopath or antisocial personality disorder people out there. And also they have a lot more diagnoses. This isn't the only diagnosis that they usually have. They usually can have borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, narcissistic disorder. So you don't have to just have one. There was a Zodiac killer. We still don't even know who he is. I don't know how this man has never been discovered, but he would send in encrypted messages to FBI about what he's done and this and that, and they still have not found that man. There was Jeffrey Dahmer, who actually enjoyed eating his people, like cooking them and eating them. And then there was the famous Eileen. I think you pronounce her name Warnos or something like that. She was a famous woman that killed a lot of men. She would lure them in, like sexually, like a prostitute, and then kill them. She killed a whole bunch of them. So there's a lot of them that you can research. It's very interesting, to me at least, the mind of these people. And I hope that you've learned a lot today from what a sociopath / antisocial personality disorder person looks like.